Got it.
So today or yesterday, because we
Mm-hmm.
were running into a new day, they announced that Lindsey Graham had passed away. So what do you think? What do you think Lindsey Graham's legacy was?
Lindsey Graham's legacy is he was a war hawk. He was the friend of death, which is a friend war, which is he was everything he was all about war. War with Iraq, war with Iran, anywhere a war around the world. He even wanted a war in Cuba. And over yeah.
So he always had this thing with Russia. How did he feel about Russia?
He was very pro Ukrainian and against Russia.
But it was strange because he was sent to Ukraine.
He was sent to Ukraine. He was friends with Ukraine against Russia. He was also with the war neocons with the war with Iraq as well when there was weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. He was also the guy that was also the head for Iran as well, supporting the war with Iran. And he was also a friend to Benjamin Netanyahu in Israel when he supported bombing Gaza as well.
But the thing that Lindsey Graham had said clearly before he had got in with DJT, he had basically said that he was through with him.
He was through with them on June 16th. On January 16th. Well, President Trump had a good ride. He also really said back into when he ran for president, if Donald Trump was the nominee for the Republican Party, we would be destroyed and we would deserve it. And he was a friend to John McCain. Lindsey Graham did not have any principles. Besides his war hawk, besides him being at war, pro-war, he was pro-death. Besides being pro-death as his principle, he didn't really truly have any principles. He was for John McCain against George W. Bush. And then when Bush was elected president, he supported George W. Bush. He was for John McCain until John McCain died in 2018. The real Lindsey Graham with the brain died in 2018 when John McCain died.
Okay. And so with Lindsey Graham's death, uh, what is your feelings? What?
My feeling is that if you are a person that is in the armed services and family in the military, you should be cheering Lindsey Graham's death. And the reason why I say this because he would send your sons and your daughters to war, but he wouldn't send his sons and daughters to war.
Well,
And the thing about Lindsey Graham, he knew better. He was a jagoff before he was a United States Senator from South Carolina. He was a JAG officer, and he served in Afghanistan as a lieutenant colonel in Afghanistan too.
so basically, his legacy, and he's included in the Epstein files, right?
Yes, and he's included in the Epstein files. Lindsey Graham was also in the Epstein files, and it also teaches you a lesson about he wanted to be relevant, and he didn't care how to be. He didn't care how he got there. He cared about power and proximity to power. He wanted to be relevant. That's who Lindsey Graham really was. He didn't have no principles. None. With the exception of death, which is war. And that's who Lindsey Graham really was.
Okay, so we're wrapping it up, and Lindsey Graham's legacy was what?
Lindsey Graham's legacy is about proximity to power and just trying to be all things to all people. If you're trying to be all things to all people, then you really have no principles at all. That was Lindsey Graham's first legacy. His second legacy is a friend of the Undertaker, which was war, which is millions of people dying under Lindsey Graham's policies, from weapons of mass destruction in Iraq to 80,000 people killed in Gaza, in Palestine, to Iran, to even invading Cuba. I mean, he was consistent on the war against Russia with Putin as well, and putting sanctions on Vladimir Putin, which Vladimir Putin is also a war criminal too. And I hope Vladimir Putin and Benjamin Netanyahu and all these guys, along with Lindsey Graham, need to be going to hell. They really do. They are disgusting human beings.
Okay, So on that note, last word on Lindsey Graham.
My last word on Lindsey Graham, and this is just a lesson. If you try to be things to all people, then you are nothing. So you got to take a stand, even when it's unpopular. You got to take a stand and stand on business. That's the first thing that we need to stand on. And the second thing we need to do is find other ways besides war to solve problems. Because if you even serve in the military, they're the most pro-peace people out there, is the military. You don't use your military for going to war all the time and more people just dying and killing more generations. That's Lindsey Graham for you. That is his legacy. And his legacy is also, too, he knew better, but did it anyway for power. He knew better, but he just wanted to be relevant and wanted to be a friend to everybody, wanted to be relevant and afraid of irrelevancy. That is the mental equivalency of Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina.
Okay, so on that note.
On that note, if you like the truth, subscribe to this channel. If not, listen to some Ben Shapiro.